are good for things like that. He just saved a bunch of astronauts from being stuck at the space station. Yes, that's him, his company that did that. But what's he doing for the American government? He's cutting waste and fraud. He's auditing them. Is that why we're mad at him?
So people are beginning to realize that these anti-Trump, anti-Tesla, anti-Elon Musk protests are actually pretty dumb. I got to show you a video of a young man who was at the protest that has completely changed his mind and realized that these are some of the dumbest protests ever. What are you even going after, and what is actually happening? Well, before I show you that video, I got to show you how dumb these protests really are. Take a listen to this wild scenery up in Canada about the Tesla protest. Take a listen.
Excuse me, sir, did you just call me a Nazi?
I made a general statement.
It's hard to be a Nazi minority. It's easy to watch TV and be brainwashed into feeling things.
Sure is.
Yeah, do you have your own opinions? Do you have your own opinions about stuff? Yeah, that's you for sure. You're out here protesting Tesla in Canada, dude. What do you think you're accomplishing?
I'm an American citizen, actually.
No.
I am.
You're doing what?
I'm an American citizen, so I'm protesting where I live.
So you're protesting where you live. Why don't you go back to the U.S. and protest there then?
I'm a dual citizen, and I plan on going back. I'll be on vacation next week.
All right, go back.
Yeah.
Why are you here in Canada?
You're telling me to go back to where I came from.
You're going back to the U.S. Why are you protesting Tesla in Canada?
Because Tesla sucks everywhere.
Oh, well, did it suck 2 years ago when everyone was big fans of it? They loved driving Teslas. Everyone was pushing for Teslas. Now all of a sudden it's not good?
You know what?
They were bringing in the E-revolution. There was EVs.
Yeah,
everyone loved Tesla. And all of a sudden you don't like them anymore?
Yeah, because he's a Nazi now.
Because they like Trump.
Why do you love him?
Again, you can't make up that. You can't make this up. And so now I want to forward. And look, this guy is sharing dual citizenship with the United States and Canada, and he thinks that Tesla is bad now. People now all of a sudden think that Tesla is the worst company in the world when they were just celebrating it literally 4 or 5 years ago. But one political move and one political leader by the name of Donald Trump can change up your whole, whatever you thought was bad is now good. That's how anti-Trump these people have become. But now I want to forward you to a young man that was online at this protest and had a change of heart. And I definitely gotta share this video with you guys. Make sure to smash the like button. Let's listen to this.
So what do you think of this anti-Elon Musk, anti-Tesla protest happening right here in Ottawa right now? What do you think of that?
One, I think it's ridiculous that's happening here in Ottawa, Canada, so far away from what Elon Musk is doing in America. Secondly, what has Elon Musk done to really ruin anybody's well-being or lives to warrant something like this? All he's been doing is he's been creating great companies that represent good values. He's trying to hopefully improve the environment with electric cars, although I mean, we can debate about whether or not the batteries are good for things like that. He just saved a bunch of astronauts from being stuck at the space station. Yes, that's him, his company that did that. But what's he doing for the American government? He's cutting waste and fraud. He's auditing them. Is that why we're mad at him?
And you know what? That's interesting because I had a conversation with some of these people earlier, asking them why do they hate Elon. First of all, they're going to throw he did a Nazi salute. What do you think about that Nazi salute? Apparently,
I think that is clearly a person who is socially awkward, saying his heart goes out to you, and it looked like a Nazi salute. He didn't think that through. Why would he publicly do a Nazi salute even if he was a Nazi?
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't make any sense. What's crazy is that, Elon Musk is autistic. Elon Musk is a very awkward individual. Very awkward. And so to say that he did a Nazi, I think it's pretty wild. I'm not gonna, it looked crazy. Don't get me wrong. It looked crazy. It's really hard to defend that type of stuff. But I just don't buy into it. I'm going to be honest.
Defense. So, and they also told me, so I asked them, what has Elon done wrong? And the one answer they gave me is that DOGE. What do you think about DOGE?
No, I mean, so honestly, all DOGE has done is show waste and fraud. Like a lot of it's ridiculous waste, and we don't even know how much of that is people recycling money back in to their own pockets and making it actual fraud and washing.
Well, that's interesting because I brought that up to them and about specifically the backroom deals and the kickbacks to left-wing groups. Because at these protests, even in the United States, look at them. It's a coordinated thing. It's in every city in the U.S. today.
I checked the website
and then there's the 50-50-01 or whatever, the big anti-Trump protests today. And if you look at all of these protests in all of these places, there's not one manufactured sign. It's all these cardboard cutout signs and homemade arts and crafts signs. You're not seeing those pre-made signs anymore. Is that a coincidence?
Yeah. Who's behind this? It's really what it comes down to, right? Who's behind now hating Elon? And why are all these people mad at him cutting government waste? This young man by the name of Marcus is totally correct here at these protests. And I'm glad that he's getting a wake-up call and he's realizing this and that he's putting it out there. He's not afraid of what the mob is going to say about him, right? People are burning up Teslas, blowing up Tesla charging stations. But why? Why is this happening? Well, because Elon Musk is starting to expose what DOGE is doing. That's what they say in DOGE there. Department of Government Efficiency. This is what this is all about. And so people are now cooperating on behalf of the corruption.
Now USAID is not funded? Like, what's going on there?
Well, I mean, that is an interesting way to look at it, for sure. But I mean, I feel
they're
like
yelling Nazi truck alert as there is a cyber truck coming down.
Oh, is it?
Yes. So we'll get that in a second, but man, what are you thinking about that USAID?
I think that was the one that was parked around back. Oh yeah, USAID was clearly one of the most fraudulent and wasteful companies in America. But I just, no matter what, I don't understand how Democrats or liberals in general are still looking at and seeing all of this and still think that they're on the right side of history.
I think it's an issue also with losing power. There's a dynamic there, and they're really influenced by what talking heads on TV say. Like, they take it to heart. They believe it almost full-heartedly. They don't question anything they're told. So when they hear this, they get really worked up and emotional. I really think that's the source of a lot of this. It's the stuff that's going on social media, the stuff especially on the TV news broadcast. Oh, Elon Musk is doing this, he's doing this, he's taking, lunch away from school children, and they hear that and they get upset. I think that's part of it. What do you think?
And well, honestly, I think, like, as far as the most recent cut, which I don't know if it was DOGE that did it, but it had to do with the education system, the Department of Education. That is one of the things that maybe it would be a lot easier for people to argue, oh no, that's definitely very bad. We're taking money away from these schools. But when you really dig into it, what's that money ever done for the schools? The kids are coming out stupider and stupider and stupider every year.
Yes. Oh man. Oh, this guy is so good. Oh, he's doing all of this in front of all the protesters. It's like the huge protest going on. Oh, this guy's spitting.
The Cybertruck. Let's see how the crowd.
There's the Cybertruck. Oh man, this video is beauty. Because that's what it comes down to. Normal Americans realize that there's efficiencies in the government. There's efficiencies in education, right? We have some of the dumbest kids in the world at this point. We have very smart children, but when it comes to curriculums and how we, are we not number one? I mean, we spend the most money. How are we not number one? How are our children reading at 4th grade levels when they're like in the 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade? Right? We should not be here. We should be the best. We should be the best. But you know what's crazy? A liberal will hear me say that, and a liberal will go, oh, you just called our kids dumb. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you could take that with a grain of salt, however you want. As much money as we're spending, we should have the smartest kids in the world. We should be the best in the world. And that's, I think, what attracts a lot of people to Donald Trump, even if they don't like him. It's like, yeah, we should be the best. Yeah, we should have the best education. Yeah, we should be the best government in the world. Yeah, we should have the richest people in the world here, living here with us. But corruption has taken over. And that's what we're coming to find out, is that USAID was involved in some heavy metal stuff around the world. They're corrupt. And now we have activist judges. Now we have, again, when you go to these protests and you look at these people and you start to realize, man, what the hell is going on? Who are these people? Who is this guy? But then they all look the same. White liberals taking over America, taking over Canada. Let me know what you guys think about this, man. What that guy's name was Marcus. I thought that he gave a clear indication of where Americans and Canadians stand together when it comes to watching what's going on around the world. I really do think that that young man really gave a good explanation to what the normal eye is seeing and saying, wait a minute, why are we protesting this? These protests are actually stupid. And he also mentioned that there's arguments for things that Trump and Elon are doing, but there's way better ways to go about it and argue about it. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. They're in front of a Tesla dealership saying that oligarchy. Meanwhile, when you look at the stats and you look at the billionaires, for every one Trump billionaire, there was 6 billionaires donating to the Kamala campaign, donating to Democrats. Democrats are the oligarchy. It's so wild to me that they're trying to make it seem like the tables have turned. No, it's you guys are still the same. You guys have not changed. We have been complaining about this for a very long time. Money and politics. So again, make sure to smash the like button. Let me know what you guys think about this amazing perspective there by that young man. See you guys on the next one.